to buyers, there are definitely objections, there's uncertainty, there's a lack of understanding. Part of it is education, right? It is not new that buyers are on the hook for the buyer agent commission. It's simply being put more up front and being discussed more openly than it was in the past. The buyer's representation agreement always said the buyer has to pay the difference of what the seller pays and what your fee is. It just wasn't openly discussed. They probably signed it while they were signing an offer and they didn't read it. And it didn't come up very often because most sellers were paying the commission you were expecting. And if it did come up, they were already under contract, and it was honestly a really difficult conversation. A lot of agents would just let the difference go, right? So buyers, helping them understand that this is not new. You being on the hook for the commission is not new. It might have been misrepresented in the past, or you might have heard something that made you think otherwise, but this is how it's always been. We're just being very upfront, very clear about it. I'm still going to try to secure that commission from the other side. I'm still going to negotiate it into the deal. If a buyer just absolutely will not sign it, then the conversation is, I can't work for you if you're not willing to hire me, right? If I don't have the authority to negotiate for you, and if I don't know that my commission is going to be paid, I'm not able to work and bring my considerable resources to bear on your behalf. I'm happy to keep touring with you. I'm happy to keep showing homes. When you get to the point that you want to make an offer, this is an agreement we're going to have in place. This is not an optional agreement. If that's something you're just not comfortable with, then I understand. And maybe the time isn't right now. Any agent that you work with is going to ask you to sign an agreement like this. It's not something that's specific to our brokerage. It's something that all buyer's agents should be asking you to do at some point. And then I talk through their what makes them uncomfortable about it. What are their concerns? If you can get a buyer to name their concern, you can address their concern. It may not be even what you're anticipating that it is. It may not be the amount. Or sometimes, actually, a great point is we talk in terms of percentages. And people don't very often do the math to understand what that translates to in actual dollars. You know, on a $300,000 house, which is about average for our market, you know, 0.5% is $1,500, right? I'm not a very good agent if I can't find $1,500 for you in terms of closing costs, price reduction, repairs, something, right? And so when you put it in dollar terms, it really helps the client to understand that it's not, they're thinking tens of thousands of dollars. They're thinking huge numbers. And so you need to be very specific with them. Hey, this seller is offering 2%. That's $6,000. So what I'm asking is you to cover the other $3,000. And a lot of times that's an easier thing for them to understand than sort of a nebulous percentage number.